already best, okay? If you want, when you're done filming, pwede ka na magpahinga muna. Okay, so now for the last problem. Are you ready for the last problem involving stats and probs? I hope you're with me because the last problem is very tough. Are you ready? Let's do this. So for number 10, Eliza Gregorio, di ba si Eliza Gregorio, she used to be my former schoolmate at Yonsei Academy. And as far as I can remember po, she's a grade 7 student din. Ngayon, she's already either grade 11 or grade 12. So Eliza, if you're my best friend right now, if you're learning this subject as much as I am, this is for you. So I hope you understand some concepts there. Okay, Eliza, are you ready? Let's go. So if you love bead art so much, Eliza, you might make some garlands for all of us. Kasi yun talaga ang context dito. If you love, since Eliza Gregorio loves bead art, thus, she plans to make some garlands to her friends. Alam mo yung garland? Ang garland ay tinatawag ng mga bracelet. Like mga necklace or bracelet, mga jewelry. Basta yung mga ganon. Okay? Now let's go to the questions. Letter A. Eliza has 30 beads. If there are 30,045,015 possible combinations to make your garland, how many beads does she need for that? Ayan. So that implies permutation or combination? Combination. Kasi nga, di ba yung member sabi dito, combination. The context clues combination. So, ang kailangan namin dito ay i-apply namin ang combination formula. Tama? So, here's the given. Di ba remember our given, our combination formula is n factorial, n minus r factorial times r factorial. Ano yung n namin? 30. Di ba remember, n is 30. Kasi nga, di ba remember, it asks for how many beads does she need for that? Because the population is 30 beads. So, out of the 30 beads, she's going to use how many beads? So, ang n namin ay 30. So, 30 factorial divided by 30 minus r factorial times r factorial is equivalent to how many possible combinations? Which is 30,045,000 ways. Diba? Yun yung sagot. Alright? Now, how do we solve for r? Ang kailangan namin gagawin ay same rule pa rin. Di ba remember sabi ko sa'yo, i-multiply. Di ba you remember the multiplication rule? So, you need to multiply the 30 minus r factorial times r factorial times this one. So, i-cross multiply mo yun. So, you apply cross multiplication for this concept. Okay? So, your answer will be 30 factorial is equivalent to 30 minus r factorial 30,000, 45,000, 15 times yan, di ba? That will be your your answer. Di ba? And then what do you do now? Di ba remember for the sake of 30 factorial, you need to divide that by this answer which is the the 30,045. So we need to divide this on both sides, on both situations. Kailangan itanggalin namin to. Now, here's what we're going to do. Di ba remember, what did I tell you on the left side? We simplify this first. So, on the left side, we have 30 factorial. So, di ba remember, sabi ko dito, we need to multiply numbers together to make sure that they can divide out. So, 30, so di ba remember, let's do minus of x na lang para di tayo mahirapan. So, di ba remember, this is 30 factorial. So, 30 divide by 30,000, 45,000, 15. And you're supposed to get this. Pero, you ended up with a decimal. So, hindi pa siya sapat. So, try multiplying by the next number, lowest number. So, try 29. Well, hindi pa siya sapat din. So, try 28. Lower. Okay, hindi pa siya sapat. Lower. 27. Di pa siya sapat din. Lower. 26. Remember, how low can you go? How low can you go? Hindi pa siya sapat. Try again. Oh, that's still not enough. How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Lower. 22. O yan, 22. So yan, that's where it stops. So therefore, that's, ano yun? 30 times 29 times 28 times 27 times 26 times 25 times 24 times 23 times 22. So therefore, that's ano yun. And then this answer is divided by ano yun. So diba remember we simplified 30? Di ganito kasi yun. 30 times 29 times 28 times 27 times 26 times 25 times 24 times 23 times 22 times 21 factorial. All of this is being divided by this answer here. Diba? And all these numbers will cancel out. So you're just left with 21 factorial. Pero that's not yet your final answer. Because diba remember, the R can be 21. Let's try R if R were 21. Do you think that's a possible solution? So combine 30 C21. Did we get that answer? Nope, hindi pa siya sapat. So maybe let's try lower. Try 20. Yes, we should get the answer. What? Yan, tama. 30,045, 50 ways. So tama. So dapat that's supposed to be 20 factorial. So therefore, we are to split that. Diba remember, ang combination namin ay 10 and 20. So we try 20 factorial. Diba remember what is the rule for combination? Ito yun. Diba remember ang R, ang sum ng R ay dapat mag-add. Diba? Diba remember the N is 30. So therefore, the value of the two R's, diba remember what's the note that I wrote here? The value of the R factorials must be the sum of to the variable of N. Let's say, for example, diba remember kanina we did 10. So therefore, 10 can be 1 plus 0, 10, 1 plus 9, 0 plus 10, 2 plus 8, 3 plus 7, 6 plus 4, and 5 plus 5. Tama? That's why you need two answers. Okay? So therefore, 1 R must be 20, 1 R must be 10. Now, if we are to simplify this further, how do we do this? Diba remember, this will be 21 factorial. So let's try to split up. Diba? Kasi nga on the left side, we were able to split up the 21 factorial. We were able to split this up. We were able to divide. Ay, kasi nga on the left side, we were able to get this one. So we still have this, ano yun, 172,800 times 21 factorial. Do you know, we can remove this factorial and just multiply by 20 factorial. This 21 here can be split into 7 times 3. Okay? Then you want 172,800. We can split that. How do we split that? First, let's divide it by 8. Kasi nga we know if a number is divisible by 8, we need to know it's divisible by 8. So let's try dividing it by 8. Let's see if it works. So this number divided by 8. What do we get? We get, wow, 21,600. Okay? What about this one? Let's try splitting it by 100. So 216 times 100 times 8. Diba? Can we factor that further? Yes. This one will be 36 times 6. Diba? Remember laws of exponents? And this one will be 10 times 10. This one becomes, ano yun, 2 times 2. 4. Diba? And then, we need to look for consecutive numbers that can add. So, we need to do this. So, diba remember yung 36 times 6, that's, ano yun, 6 times 6 times 6. Diba? And then yung 10 ay 10 times 10. Then 2 times 4 ay 2 times 2 times 2. Kasi nga, diba remember, kailangan namin, we need to get 10 factorial. If you get 20 factorial here, dapat dito, magkaroon tayo ng 10 factorial. Can that be possible? Let's see. Diba remember, ang diba 6 factorial, that's 3 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. So therefore, 3 times 2, 3 times 2, 3 times 2. Diba? This is 5 times 2, 5 times 2. Diba? 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? We need to get, ano yun? We need to get 10 factorial. Teka, para may kulang. We miss a 7. Kasi nga, how can that be 10 factorial kung kulang ang 7? Tama. Kasi nga meron tayong 7 times 3 sa 21. So, meron tayong 7 times 3. So, we also need to add that. So, 7 times 3. Now, we need to make the 10 factorial. Kung sa tingin mo, we already did 20 factorial here. Now, we need to do 10 factorial. So, let's find the 10. Ito na yun. 5 times 2. So, 10. Meron na tayong 10. 9. Itong tatlo. So, 9. The one na encircle, meron na tayo dyan. 8. Ito yun. 2 times 2 times 2. Meron tayong 8. 7. Ito yun. 6. Ito yun. 5. Ito yun. 4. Yan. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Yay! You see? We did it! The magic works! Kaya yun ang sabi ko sa'yo. If you are going to solve for the R, di ba remember sabi ko sa'yo, you need to factor out your answer. And then whatever answer you get in factorial, you're going to, remove 1. Then split that number. And then all you have to do is to divide, factor out this number, see what you can divide 2, and apply prime factorization. Once all the numbers are already prime, list it there, list down all the numbers, and then multiply all the factors that you got, starting from the 1. And then because, diba, you remember you got 20 factorial, so we need to get 10 factorial. So we need to get 10. Look for products of 10. And then 9. Then 8. Encircle mo yung mga numbers na ginamit mo. Because you need to use all the numbers that will be multiplied together. So yun. So tama. So therefore the answer is, what is the answer in letter A? What is the answer? How many beads does she need? She needs either 20 or 10 beads for that. Yes. Depending on the necklace that she's going to make. Okay? So your answer in letter A is 10. Okay, letter B. Here's the question. There are 10 red beads, 7 yellow beads, 6 green beads, 9 blue beads, and 3 violet beads. Find the probability that all of the green beads are in this garland. These garlands are in this garland she'll make if she'll use 25 beads to make it. Ayan, so in this problem, do I remember this? There are 10 red beads, 7 yellow, 6 green, 9 blue, and 3 violet. So find the probability that all the green beads are in this garland if she'll use 25 beads to make it. So for this type of probability, what are we going to use? Combination. Diba? Kasi you remember, it's a combination. So when the beads are chosen, you cannot replace it anymore. So therefore, whatever bead you've already chosen, hindi pwede siya mababalik. So let's say for example, kapag ginamit mo yung green bead, lahat na yan, automatic wala ka na green beads. Kasi nga sabi niya, hinighlight ko all. Kinapitalize yung salitang all. Lahat. Because every green bead will be used. Okay? Now, ang sabi ko dito, in that garland that she'll make, she'll use 25 beads. 25 beads. So, sir, paano na yan? Don't worry. Ang clue namin, it implies the application of combinational probability. Di ba remember sabi ko, yung combination formula, it's n factorial divided by n minus r factorial, which is also divided by the r factorial itself. Tama? And di ba remember sabi dito, she'll use 25 beads to make it, so therefore, that will be your r. That, di ba remember combination formula? Combination of success times combination of failure divided by the combination of the total. So what is the combination of success? All the green beads. And di ba, if she were to use all the green beads, that'll be 66. Lahat yung green beads ang gusto niya. So 6 is in the population and 6 is the R. So if we are to do this on paper, yung nga, di ba remember sabi ko, ito yun. Okay? So di ba remember 6 factorial? And then 6 minus 6 factorial times 6 factorial. Di ba remember this one will be translated as 6 factorial, 0 factorial, 6 factorial. This one cancels. And 0 factorial is translated to 1. So therefore, that's just 1. Okay? And then, di ba remember, this is the combination formula. Combination of success times comb of failure. Divide by comb of total. Di ba remember, the combination of success is 66. Pero if she were to use 25 beads all in all, this will be, C30, 25. Di ba? That'll be our total. Pero ano yung end dito? That is when we need to sum up all the red beads, the yellow beads, the green, the blue, and the violet. So we need to sum everything up. And this would be, do you remember how many red beads are there? There are 10 red beads. Ilan yung mga yellow beads dyan? 7. Ang green beads ay 6. Ang blue beads ay ilan? 9. Tapos yung violet, ilan yung mga violet beads doon? 3 lamang. And therefore, we press enter, so we get the sum of 35. So therefore, that'll be our C, our population. So our N in the population, in the total, is 35. C, 25. So therefore, the probability of success is 66. And di ba remember what is our rule? Kailangan namin ang dito sa failure ay this one minus this one. And what answer do you get? 29. Because 29 of the other beads do not fit in. So 29C, and then this one, 25 minus 6 equals 19. So yun yung sagot. Okay? It's just like hypergeometric probability distribution, di ba? The one I discussed last time. So, di ba remember, ang K namin, di ba remember we were to use this? Ang X namin ay 6, di ba? Ang K namin ay 6. Ang capital N, ang lowercase n ay 25. At ang capital N ay 35. Di ba? Di ba remember KCX? Di ba remember that's 66? And then capital N minus K. Di ba remember capital N minus K, 35 minus 6 is 29. And then lowercase n minus X, that's 15 minus 6 to give you 25 minus 6 is 19. And then all divide by capital N combination lowercase n. So yun, that should be the answer. So this should be the So this should be the probability. Okay? So the answer here for 20B is the product of combination of ano yun? 66 times combination of 29C ano yun? 19. And then divided by I should have put a slash kasi nga kung nag-slash ako, yun nga that will that can't be done. So dapat i-divide ko. And then we need to divide that by and then divided by combine of the total 35C 25. What is the answer that we get? We get 10%. So yun yung sagot. So the answer is 10.91%, which is somewhat translated to 11% if you're going to round it off. Okay? That's letter B. Now for letter C. It's the same as letter B. But this time, find the probability that at least 6 of the red beads are in the garland she'll create. So that involves a probability that includes combination. So here's how we're gonna do it. So ilagay namin 6, 7, 8, 9. Ilan yung mga red beads namin? 10, di ba? So now we have to apply combination probability involving that. So di ba remember sabi ko dito, it's combine of ilan yung mga red beads dito? 10, di ba? There are 10 red beads. And then we're going to choose 6 from the population. And then we're gonna multiply it by the other colors. Remember there are other colors and we know the total is 35. So 35 minus 10 is 25. Di ba? So there are 25 other colored beads. And then, ilan yung mga beads if we choose 6, so therefore, we're gonna choose 4 na lang. Di ba? Or therefore, 10 minus 6 na lang. Divide by, combine, 35C, 25. Di ba remember, sabi ko dito, there are ano yun? Wait. Kasi hindi naman remember, 10C, ano yun? Wait. Di ba remember there are 35 beads, di ba? So 10C6, there are 6, di ba? And then this one, we need to get 19. So 19 dapat to. So 19. 25C, 19. Di ba? Tama ba? Kasi nga diba remember, there are 10 red beads, di ba? So if you have 10 red beads, di ba remember to yung 10. And then 25 to give you 35. 6 plus 19. So tama. Correct. Wait, I think there's something. I forgot to write combine pala. Combine of the second. So yun. And then from there, you drag it up to 10. Pero you're not yet done because you still need to double check. So that is 10, 6, 25, 19. Sum of that, 35, 25. Kasi nga, there are 35 beads. And then, yun nga, Eliza's going to use 25 of them. Now, what if there are 7 red beads? So, that would be 18. Hindi pwede siya maging 19. So, bawas ka ng isa. Yan. This one ay 17. Kung ginamit niya ay 8 red beads, ang kailangan niya sa ibang kulay ay 17 na lang. Kung gusto niya 25. Ito naman kapag 9, therefore 16 naman. At ito naman kapag gusto niya lahat, 15. Tama. And then, ang gawin mo ay isa mo lahat. Bring up the summation of the answers and you should get 91%. So therefore, your answer here is the summation of all the probabilities that we have computed from 6 to 10. Okay? So, di ba, you remember, nakita mo yung mga, ito, yung naka-decimal? So, that is your, those are the probabilities. Okay? Those are the probabilities that we computed. And we should get this answer of 91.10%. Wow! Halos more likely Hanep! Yun, yung letter C. Next, letter D. Are you ready? Let's go! Sa letter D naman, in a garland that she'll make, she'll use 8 different colored beads for this project. In how many ways can this be created? O nga pala, I have something to tell you pala. Kasi nga, this might be also one of the Math Olympiad questions they might ask in stats and probs. They might ask, how many ways can this be done if it were garland? Di ba, remember, you know naman, kapag circular permutation, you know the general formula is always n-1. Di ba, remember, that's the formula, n-1 factorial. Pero, since you're going to make a necklace, there, you have to divide by 2. And here's the reason why. For example, di ba, remember, ito yung necklace mo, di ba? So, ito yung necklace. So, let me draw it for you. Ito yung necklace na suot mo. So, let's say, for example, ito si bead 1. Ito si bead 2, yung green. Tsaka ito si bead 3, yung blue. Tama? Of course, di ba remember, if we were to apply this, if you were to rotate this around, let's say, for example, dito na siya, di ba? Kung dito siya, it's still the same way. Di ba? It's still the same way. O kung dito siya, it's still the same way din. So that's one way. Diba? n-1 factorial. Diba normally kapag circular permutation, ito yun, diba? Or let's say for example, ito yung fixed, diba? Tandaan mo yung black ay naka-fix. Fixed. Okay? Fixed to. Diba remember sabi ko, when we go to circular permutation, you should always have a fixed reference. Tapos dito, ito yung blue. Tapos ito yung green. Tama? Kapag renotate mo, yun na iba. To your left is the blue, to your right is the green. So yan. Pero, and that is equivalent to n-1. Di ba remember there are 3 beads? So 3 minus 1 factorial. We know we're supposed to get 2 factorial which gives us 2. Tama? So 2 ways. Pero, di ba remember sabi ko, we are going to make a necklace. Because, di ba remember sabi ko, if you were to look at the necklace, pwede mo i-flip up. So let's say for example, kapag hinawag mo to, tapos di ba remember you hold the necklace. Tapos tinip mo, this blue here will jump to the other side. And then this green here will jump to the other side din. So therefore, that's already considered 1. So therefore, we need to divide that by 2. So that's one way. Kaya nga that's why nga, in circular permutations involving necklace, this is the note. This is a note that you must remember. Note. In necklace permutation, your answer of number of ways must be divided by 2. Bakit divide by 2? Kasi nga, di ba remember, we have to divide by 2 because that can be flipped, di ba? And if you flip it, that would be the same criteria. Okay? Let's try it if we have another color. Okay, so ganito. Di ba remember this is another sample of a necklace? So therefore, di ba remember normally, this will be Di ba remember if we were to arrange that, we know the general formula is 6 minus 1 factorial. And that's 5 factorial which gives us 120 possible ways. Di ba kung 5 factorial, dito si green, Tapos yung other colors, pwede siya mag-swap. We know that 4 factorial is ano yun, 24. Diba? And then kung dito si blue, si dark blue or navy blue, dito yung ibang kulay, then times 4. 4 factorial. Tapos kung dito si red, yun pa rin, same criteria, i-4 factorial mo. Tapos kung dito si ano yun, si light blue, yung ito, yung nga i-multiply mo by 4. By 4 factorial. And then kung dito si pink, edi gawin mo yung same procedure. So therefore, that's 120 possible ways. Okay? Pero, di ba remember sabi ko sa iyo, if this were to be flipped, you're gonna have to divide that by 2. So therefore, that'll be 60 ways. So kapag finip mo, di ba remember, let's say for example, kung yung pink dito, kung ito yung reference mo, kapag finip mo, the pink would be here, the light blue would be here, the red will still be in the same position, the green would be here, the dark blue would be here, tapos the green would be here. So therefore, yun nga, when you flip it over, it will still be the same. Just like this, oh, this is what will happen kung flip mo. Ang black ay dito, ang green ay nang dito, ang dark blue ay nang dyan, ang red ay nasa center stage, ang light blue ay nang dito, at ang pink ay nang dito. That is when you flip it over. Pero kapag flip mo na ganun, it will go back to base. So even though, let's say for example, kung ganito, you might think that this is one way. Pero, when it comes to necklaces, we don't care about that because that can be flipped over. Kaya naman, that's why it's considered, ano yun? Kaya naman, that's why, whatever your answer is, you divide it by 2 factorial. You divide that by 2. Let's try it with something simple. Let's say naman, kapag 4 colors yung beads. So let's say for example, we have a necklace here. Di ba remember, look at the black. Tandaan mo, ang black ay yung reference. Ito yung pink na nasa center stage. Tapos, yung dark blue ay nasa kaliwa at yung light blue ay nasa kanan. Tama? We know that if we were to arrange the seating arrangement in the general formula, we know that this is 4 minus 1 factorial, which gives us 3 factorial. Of course, di ba remember, pwede dito si dark blue, tapos yung light blue at saka yung pink ay nandiyan. Pwede dito si pink, tapos yung blue mag-interswap sila. Dalawa. Pwede si light blue nang dito, tapos si pink at saka si dark blue, o dark blues at pink. So, 6 different possible ways. Pero, di ba remember, we know that this 3 factorial, because 3 factorial times 2 times 1, divide by 2. The 2 cancels, 3 times 1 is just 3. So, there are 3 possible ways. What are the ways? Let me write it here. Di ba remember, ito yung mga possible ways ng what do you call this, ng beads. Di ba remember yung pink ay nasa gitnaan, di ba? Then, di ba remember yung ito, tsaka yung ito ay nang dito. Kapag flip mo, once you flip this over, it will go like this. Of course, you notice that the pink is still there on the center stage, the light blue is to the left, and the dark blue is to the right. So that's considered one way na. Now let's try this one. What if the dark blue were here, tapos yung pink ay nang dito, tapos yung sky blue ay nang dito. Kapag flip mo, it will go like this now. Of course, your dark blue will still be on the center stage sa harapan. 'Di ba? Ito yung reference mo, 'di ba? Ang pink ay nasa kanan at yung light blue ay nasa kaliwa. Tama? So that is the second way. Ito yung first, ito yung second. Now, what about the third way? Ang third way ay ganito. Look. 'Di ba remember, ito yung reference namin, yung black. Ang black ay nang dito. Let's put the light blue here on the front, 'di ba? Kung ang pink nang dito, ang pink nang dyan sa kabila. Kung ang dark blue nang dito, ang dark blue naman ay dito. So this is the third way. If you are to have this, tapos flip over, ganun talaga yung itsura. So tama, 3 ways. And of course, if we are to do the 6 factorial way, we know the 3 factorial way, we know it will go like this. Diba? So yun talaga yung mangyayari. Black, dark blue, light blue, pink. Let's find the dark blue. Black, dark blue, pink, light blue. Let's try pink, we're here. Black, pink, light blue, dark blue. Black, pink, dark blue, light blue. Diba? Or kung light blue, black, light blue, pink, dark blue. Black, light blue, dark blue, pink. Yun. That is the one in general kapag seating arrangement. Pero because we're talking about the necklace, that's why I did it this way because it flips over. So these are all congruent when you flip it over. So ito yung third na way. Okay? So in this manner, kapag flip mo, it will look like this. And we don't care about that. This one, kapag flip mo, ganito yung itsura. At ito naman, kapag flip over, ganito yung itsura. So therefore, the formula, in conclusion, formula for necklace is, n minus 1 factorial divided by 2 with n minus 1 factorial divided by 2 with n representing the number of beads that you're going to use in your specific artwork. And then n minus 1 because remember that's the generalized formula for circular permutation. And then divide by 2 kasi nga flip over, i-mirror mo. And that is symmetrical. Okay? So yan. Now let's go to the problem. So di ba remember dito sa letter D, sabi dito sa problema na to, in letter D, sabi dito, in a garland she made using 8 different colored beads for this project, in how many ways can this be done? So ito na talaga yung mangyayari. So here's the answer. 20D. Di ba remember sabi ko dito, factorial of 8 minus 1. Factorial of 8 minus 1 divide by 2. We know that 7 factorial is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3. Divide by 2 to give you this. If you were to do this concept, you will still get the same answer. So yeah, so that's your answer in letter D. There are 2,520 ways for you to make the necklace. With 8 colored beads. Okay? Next, letter E. In a garland she made, there are 6 red beads, 4 blue beads, and 2 white beads. How many ways can she create that? Ayan, di ba remember, there are 6 red beads, 4 blue beads, and 2 white beads. In how many ways can she create that? Di ba remember, that is what you call this, anong tawag dyan? A combination method. Ano tawag dyan? Factorial method. Di ba remember, there are 6 red, 4 blue, and 2 white beads. Di ba remember, normally kapag linear permutation at saka there are duplicates. So we need to remove the duplicates. Di ba remember sabi ko, kapag may duplicates, ito yung note. Di ba remember, this is the note. Duplicated elements is equivalent to n factorial divided by the r factorial, such that the n stands for number of elements in pop. That means population. Hindi pop music ha. Baka mali mo mag-pop music dito. Hindi tayo mag-pop music. It's a stats and probs. Hindi tayo mag-pop music dito. Hindi tayo magpa-party. Unless ang talaga, magpunta tayo sa party sa problema ko. Wee! Pero in general, focus na tayo. Okay. Tapos, yung R, that is your number of duplicated elements. Tama? Yan. So let's say for example, do you remember last time I told you have this black bead, and then you have blue bead and blue bead. We know in general this is equivalent to 5 factorial. Pero look at the duplicates. We have 3 black beads and 2 blue beads. Kaya naman itanggalin namin yung duplicate. So we need to simplify this. 5 times 4 times 3 factorial. The 3 factorials, they cancel. And you're just left with 2 times 1. So 2 times 1, this will cancel and you're just left with 2. So 10 possible ways. Okay? Now, in this particular concept, it is in a circular permutation. Kaya naman, it has to be n minus 1 factorial. Okay? Pero paano na yan? Kasi nga remember, meron tayong meron tayong i-take out. Ganito kasi yun. Diba remember, there are 6 red beads, 4 blue beads, and 2 white beads. So, I sum that all together and we should get 12 beads. 12 beads all in all. Tama. Pero, there are 6 red beads, 6 red beads. So, di ba remember 12 beads, that's the total. 6 red, 2 blue, and, no, 4 blue pala. Sorry. And, 2 white. Tama. So, therefore, it's the same. N minus 1 factorial. Di ba remember N minus 1 factorial? That's 12 minus 1 factorial to give you 11. So, this will be 11 factorial divided by the duplicates. Ano yung mga duplicates? Divide by 6 factorial because they're red beads. 4 factorial because they're 4 blue beads. And 2 factorial because they're 2 white beads. Or let's say for example, di ba remember, let's say for example, let's try something simpler naman. Di ba remember, let's say for example, this is a circular permutation. And then we have 2 black beads. And then we have a pink bead here. And a dark blue bead here. Diba? We know in general, if we were to arrange that, that would be 3 minus 1 factorial. Which is 4 minus 1 factorial, which is 3. So we need to fix the reference. And if, let's say for example, if the pink were a reference, this will be a reference. Okay? So therefore, we still need to arrange the 3 more. Pero, because the blacks are duplicate, so therefore, we only prioritize the blue. And of course, the blue can be here, the blue can be on the center, and the blue can be on the right. So therefore, that would be 3 factorial na lang. Tama? So 3. So 3 possible ways. Diba normally, n minus 1 factorial, since there are 4 beads, this would be 4 minus 1 to give you 3. 3 factorial. Pero, because there are 2 black beads that are duplicate, so therefore, this would be 4 minus 1 factorial over 2. Divide by 2 factorial. 4 minus 1 is 3 factorial. Divide by 2 factorial. 3 times 2 factorial. 2 factorial, they cancel. So tama, you're still left with 3. Okay? So yan. So that is exactly how this will turn out. 3. Diba? 3 is the answer. Kasi nga, if you use one of the different colored bead as a reference, you can put the unique color here. Or here. Or here. Okay? Or let's say for example, kung yung reference color dito, that's already considered one way. Then you just have to arrange na lang the others. So this will be 3 factorial din. Diba? Pero what you call this, if you use that, you will still have another. And if you look at this perspective, it's still the same pa rin. Or if you try the blue, ito yun, same pa rin. So yun na yung sagot. Okay? So therefore, the answer is supposed to be, how many ways can she create that in the garland that she made? Pero, di ba remember, this is our necklace. So therefore, kapag ginawa mo to, and then di ba remember, if she flips it over, that'll be, ano yun, that'll be flipped over. Di ba? So we still need to divide that by 2. But hang on. Look. Kasi nga, di ba remember, sabi ko dito, we can't even have 1.5. Kasi nga, di ba remember, there are 3 ways. And then we divide that by 2, di ba? Kasi nga kung dito yung reference namin, tapos ito naman yung ano yun, yung iba, tapos yun, kapag flip over, it will look like this, di ba? This one here, and then this one here, and then the pink will be on the right. So therefore, this will not be a possible solution. Pero if we were to do this, of course, this will still be the possible solution. Tama, it's still the same. Of course, if you flip it over, di ba remember, kung ito yung reference mo, tapos flip over, yun, di ba? It's still the same. Wala na kakaiba. So, tama. It's still the same. 3 factorial. Kung dito yung blue, ito ba yun? Di ba? Kung dito yung blue, ito yun. So, tama. It's 2 ways lang. 2 ways. So, therefore, the answer is 4 minus 1 factorial, which is 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial. And then divide by the 2 factorials. Wait. And then you have to divide by 2. So 3, then divide by 2, di ba? Kasi nga you're gonna have to flip it over. So therefore, that's 1.5. I know there's no answer like that, pero leave a like in the comments to verify if this is true. Parang hindi siya tama if that were to be done. So, yun. I'm not so sure if that can be a possible answer. Pero leave a like na lang in the comment. Maybe I'll get back to you when I'm done. Kasi nga, I haven't studied that project At saka, you know naman, it's a Math Olympiad question. At least naman, I tried my best to help you guys. Pero, sometimes, there might be some that I don't even know. Even if I tried my best to study it. Pero, if you guys know, try to help. We need to work together and collaborate. Dapat ang New Year's resolution namin ay patunuin tayo. Huwag na tayo maging masama, patunuin tayo. Okay?